What is up my friends and how's it going, and welcome back to the 12th episode of our Let's Play series as Roma with your fellow comrade Summary. Go ahead and set up fire. Men, trade agreement has broken off with Pontos. We have completed a couple of missions and we've got some money. Although we don't really need money, we have 1.3 million denarii in the bank. We are currently at war with the Rhodians. And we definitely want to take over the settlement. However, we cannot do so because there is a Pontic army, or sorry, a Rhodian army in the region. Maybe we can attack simultaneously like so. So let's just move towards over there. Okay, that is fantastic. And we go ahead and attack this Rhodian army with a Legio 3 Augusta. And right off the bat, that army retreats. We can give chase. And it should be an easy battle. I am going to fight this, but I won't show the battle. And I will see you all once the battle is done. Alright, welcome back. And we have defeated that army and have killed that general. And as such, we have wiped out the Rhodian faction. Over here, we have a 31 stack with 23 stacks. So we could technically attack the settlement. Just very quickly going to check if we have battle timers, and we have no limit. Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead and attack this army and I will see you all in the battle. However, you know what, the auto resolve seems to be fine, so let's just go ahead quickly auto resolve this one. Fairly easy battle. And just checking my reshade. Alright, perfect. And we can go ahead and I guess I could peacefully occupy it. Just for that little bit of replenishment, but more importantly, I want to maintain the Peregrini population class. And the reason being, over here, we will get access to some really nice units, I believe. And let's go ahead and build up some auxiliary barracks over here. Dismantle that building. Convert you as well. Actually, no, I want you to be a market for that extra Peregrini population class. However, that being said and done, let's go ahead and put this guy on a patrol stance. Meanwhile, our spy is back in action. We are going to move him down towards Iconian, get a line of sight of what's happening over there, deploy him for this turn. And we also want to attack Nicomedia and eventually Pergamon. However, what we are going to do is we're going to search for our fleet, and it's over here, so it should have replenished. And not only that, even our general has leveled up, so let's go ahead and give him some extra campaign movement as well as replenishment. Perfect. He should be able to move quite a massive distance. In about 2 turns he can reach Alexandria technically. Let's have a quick look at all of our provinces, understand where we stand as far as income is concerned. And Italia is looking fantastic, making 100,000 denarii per turn. Meanwhile, Africa Pro Consularis is making 46,000 per turn. Achaia, with just 2 regions, is making 30,000. The things will start to improve, of course, in Africa as well as the other provinces. However, for now, Italia is pulling the bulk of the load, and in a couple of turns, we should be able to start upgrading these settlements over here. And we are very close to completing our Colosseum. Meanwhile, we are building the Warhorse Breeder, which we can eventually convert into a Circus Maxima. And with that, the public order should no longer be an issue in Roma. However, that being said and done, let's have a very quick look at our other provinces. We want to turn off the taxation in Galicia, Cappadocia. Hispania is looking fine as fine can be. Pretty much almost done recruiting all of the troops I need from Hispania, and I think no more after that. We will be getting some Hispanic auxiliaries only if we lose some of our existing Hispanic auxiliaries. However, all the other provinces are looking fine. Very soon we should be able to get a lot of income from Asia itself, as we are of course building up the province, and the only thing left is for Pergamon. Meanwhile, we could attack Nicomedia, and I might just go ahead and do that. Quick check of their allies. They are allied with the Pontic faction. However, I think maybe this army can reinforce. Let's just talk to the Odrysians, see if they are interested for us to join the war against Bithynia. They are proposing to join the war against Lydia, which is okay. I'm okay paying 7,000 for that just to improve our standing with them. And they reject. Join the war against Bithynia. We'll pay you a little bit for it. I don't mind.
If they offend you, kill them yourselves.
And it's on high. Perfect. So we can go ahead and attack Bithynia. Let's go ahead and move Legio for Macedonica towards Nicomedia. Go ahead, besiege the settlement. And honestly, it's a very good auto-resolve, so I might just auto-resolve it over here. Although for now I'm just going to lay siege, continue to lay siege to it. Maybe get a couple of siege ladders and yeah, just keep besieging Nicomedia. However, with that, I think I'm ready to go ahead and end the turn, and I will see you all in the future when I'm ready to take the fight to Pergamon or conquer the last remaining settlement of the Lydians. Alright, so the garrison of Bithynia has decided to attack me. We're gonna quick save over here, hop into the battle, and if we beat them decisively, we can easily conquer the settlement of Nicomedia in the next turn. Alright, welcome to the battle. I hadn't noticed the cheeky bastards have gone ahead and wounded or either even possibly assassinated my general before they attacked him. However, here we are in the battle, the first battle of course of Legio. Go ahead quickly put up some reshades of Legio for Macedonica, and as you can see over here in the back we have our Legio for Macedonica completely in bronze armor, and it is foggy so you can't really see them all that well. However, just a very beautiful looking unit. Really love the shields. You know, I keep praising my own work, but it is what it is. I really worked hard on these models, especially the shields. I mean, all the other models of course are from Celticus, Benjen and the sort, so I don't take credit for that. However, you know, the shields is definitely my work. However, let's go ahead and start the battle, and of course the Bithynian army will try to attack us, and they are extremely high in number. However, on the flanks there's something interesting. They have only missile troops, and they are going to be up against our Gallic cavalry. And just take a look at this Gallic cavalry and their commander with that face mask looking absolutely fabulous. However, let us just wait and see what happens over here in the battle. They're almost within range of my Scorpios, so my Scorpios should begin firing pretty soon. And there we go, we see the bolts of my Scorpios hitting the first couple of units. I'm gonna make my Scorpio to attack another target. Meanwhile over here, these units can charge slowly into the enemy, and you can come all the way over there. We're gonna attempt to do the same thing on the other flank. Meanwhile, since they are so numerous, let's go ahead and widen our front line with our spear troops. Go ahead with our horsemen real quick. Okay, they are not taking the bait. They are instead focusing on the center. So we are just going to allow them or entertain their efforts at, of course, the skirmish against us. Oh, very quickly we can go ahead, attack these units, pull these horsemen behind so that they can attack the other unit as well. Go in this direction and then charge so that they run away from their spearmen. While on the right flank, our horsemen doing quite good over there. And of course they have 200 men per unit, which is absolutely insane. Let's go ahead and allow our Scorpions to attack over there. Quick look at our cavalry over here. It is getting bogged down a little bit, so we're going to make them charge against or away from those units. Meanwhile, our skirmishers have engaged. We can pull them behind to preserve them. And go ahead, get our cavalry all around. You can come up here. The 3 of you come here. Fantastic. Group 3 you can pull behind. Go ahead, keep charging. And a Scorpion can stop the attack. Fantastic. Over here we can begin to flank the enemy. Go ahead, pin down these units so we can easily attack their archers. Come over here. You, general, can hit this unit. Fantastic. And with that, the battle looks like we have pinned down the enemy on the front. So we are going to go ahead and charge their general in the rear. Let's take a look at that beautiful charge of Roman soldiers getting in, killing out some Thracians. And of course their general is now pinned down. Meanwhile, these units can go ahead attack these couple of units over here. You can meanwhile keep attacking, keep pushing it into here. Meanwhile, you charge, a couple of you charge over there. We're just trying to mop out their missile troops, and we have a gap available over here. In fact, we have a gap available everywhere, so we're just gonna go ahead and charge at the enemy missile units real quick. Not that we intend to charge against them, however, what we really want to do is we just want to use them in order to actually go ahead and start flanking. And with that, of course, they're getting pincered in between. We are going to go ahead and charge into this unit in the back once again. Of course, make sure our spearmen are engaging with their general. And while this unit has decided to run, which leaves their general vulnerable, he is in an open position. And with that, we've pretty much won the battle, and I will see you all in the campaign. Okay, we have defeated the garrison of Nicomedia completely, which means we should be able to occupy the settlement in the next turn. Let's go ahead and enslave all the captives, and I will see you all in the next turn. Alright, welcome to the next turn. Legio 4 needs a commander. We are going to select that guy. And as such, I think we should be able to simply occupy the settlement. Go ahead, attack it. And they do have a ship nearby. Ship garrison. 99% auto-resolve. That's going to be quite an easy auto-resolve. Let's go ahead and kill him. And with that, we can just loot up the settlement. And let's go ahead and loot it up. Perfect. And with that, we have wiped out the Bithynians. Fantastic. A very quick look at what we can build here. We can build some Cappadocians. Some Paphlagonians. We also have a Cappadocian Lancers. Romanized Cappadocian Lancers. And these guys are pretty good actually. However, I think there might be a better variant in the other provinces. But let's go ahead and just repair that building. Go ahead, demolish this one. Meanwhile, we're gonna keep you as is. Demolish all the other buildings. Excellent. And let's not forget to turn off the taxes in Nicomedia. We don't need it. Meanwhile, a Legio 3 Augusta is nearly done replenishing over here. Inside, we have just a sliver of population. It's actually because, of course, we were replenishing this unit. Let's go ahead, put our fleet into the port of Side, protect the settlement, and we can move Legio 5 Alaude to attacking Pergamon. So let's go ahead and actually do that. Declare the war against Pergamon. Don't call our allies into this war. And like that, just have a look at this army. This is absolutely going to be the fight to watch out for. However, let's just go ahead and keep building up some siege equipment. Meanwhile, we can also move our other legion to kind of deal with the other army that's nearby. That's over here. And he should retreat away. And since he has done that, what we can do is we can basically move back towards the settlement. Or actually, you know what? I am just going to keep pushing forward because I want Pergamon to attack and then we can have a pretty massive battle over here against pike phalanx units, and of course other regular phalanx units. However, with that, let's take a quick look at all of our provinces. Everything seems to be fine. We need to build something over here, and let's go ahead and actually build up a I'm confused between the Greek immigrants or the Ager Publica. However, let's go for the... We still have some growth rate requirements over here. Does this give growth rate? No, it does give a +7 public order. You know what? I'm actually going to go ahead and just build this one instead to maintain that foreign population class, because Galliard Cappadocia is going to be one of our main auxiliary recruitment centers as well. However, a quick look at our other provinces. We are very close to completing our Colosseum over here, and in the next turn we should have the Colosseum built up in Roma. Meanwhile, we are going to upgrade our other buildings as well. Quick look at Mediolanum. Magna Graecia looks fine. Syracuse looks fine. As does Africa Proconsularis. Corsica and Sardinia. It's also fine. Meanwhile, Hispania also looks good. We are going to get some scriptoriums now that we don't need the population class in Iberia. This should help a lot with our empire maintenance. Meanwhile, this army over here has done recruiting up all the auxiliary troops that we need, so we are going to move him towards the other armies that are recruiting up in Mediolanum. Let's send him all the way over there. And a quick look at all of our agents. Okay, we have one agent over here. I mean, I could go ahead and actually attack this army over here. It should be quite an easy auto-resolve at that. So let's actually go ahead and attack him. There's no need to wait. And just quickly auto-resolve it. 94% easy peasy. And let's go ahead and again peacefully occupy Iconian. Now in Iconian, this is where we can get access to our Cappadocians. And these are ala contrarium, which are auxiliary Cappadocian lancers. And these guys are pretty strong with 47 armor and 59 charge bonus, as opposed to our other Cappadocians, who I believe have only 41 armor. They're pretty much equal, almost, with the exception, of course, of their armor. So, and do I really want these spear units? I don't really need them, to be honest. So, you know what I am going to do? I am going to make this into a military recruitment province. So let's go ahead and make it into our Latin recruitment province. Meanwhile, of course, in Cappadocia, we're going to convert that building, dismantle this building, convert that as well, so that we get some extra foreign population class over here. We have quite a lot of Peregrini, which is good news, which means we should be able to do quite well against any of the factions over here in the east. Meanwhile, Lydia over there, they have a general. Let's go ahead and try to explore. And there he is. Let's try assassinating him. We have a 19% chance. It's failed. And if we manage to assassinate him, we could have a chance of wiping out the faction. However, they're a pretty stacked army. But by the time they actually get to us, they will be all but done. Meanwhile, we can try to assassinate some of the other characters. Since we can't, let's at least sabotage the army so that our spy levels up. Fantastic. Okay, go ahead, give him some abilities. There we go, perfect. Meanwhile, a quick look of all our characters, whether they have leveled up. And we have a new army traditions over here, so let's go ahead and get that. And with that, I think I am ready to go ahead and end the turn. And I will see you all in the end turn, because most likely Pergamon will attack me. However, since I have this army over here, maybe can I attack this other Pergamese army? No, I cannot. However, this army should be able to reach it, which is kind of good. So let's go ahead and attack it. There we go. It's pretty easy auto-resolve. Go ahead, auto-resolve that one, enslave all of them. Legio 3 Augusta has also leveled up. I'm going to bring him back down over here. put him in patrol stance so that he replenishes up a bit. Give him all the army traditions that he requires. Perfect. With that, I think I'm ready to go ahead and end the turn, and I will see you all in the future or in the end turn, and most likely it will be the end turn because Pergamon will attack me. Alright, here we are in the end turn, and it seems like the Pergamese have attacked me, and they have a pretty solid and respectable army with a lot of pikemen, and they have some really beautiful looking units. However, without any further ado, let us hop into the battle after our quick save, and let us fight this decisive battle against the Pergamon. Alright, welcome to the battle. Let's go ahead and start the battle. We have deployed our army, and it is a flat land, which is quite useful. And of course we need to watch out for the Pergamon faction. They are nothing to scoff at. However, they are going to start attacking us with their garrison. So we might be able to soften them out before their army can get involved in the fighting. However, that being said and done, let us actually select our entire unit so that we can just run forward real quick and try to get into range and fight two battles instead of one massive battle. So we're actually running with our entire legionaries, as you can see over here. And of course, this is Legio 5 Alaude, led by our very own faction leader, who's all the way in the back, and Septimius Salinator. However, let's quickly go ahead and charge this cavalry unit. And we want our spearmen to kind of come out to the side. Meanwhile, move our other cavalry all the way over there. This cavalry unit can go ahead and charge over here into the backs of those units. These couple of cavalry units can come up ahead in order to deal with the remainder of the enemy. Oh, no, baggage train. I need to stop you. It was a scorpion that I was selecting. Meanwhile, let's move all of our skirmishers behind. And we are going to move you back over here. You will be useful against, of course, the phalanx units. And of course, the enemy cavalry has charged into the fray. Let's go ahead quickly over here on our right flank and try to hit those missile troops. We're dealt with the enemy units, so let's quickly try to reform over here. Move all of our cavalry out of there. And you'll need to charge here. The rest of you, however, can come around. Meanwhile, group 4, real quick look. You can go ahead and charge here. Split up the charge. Double tap on group 3. Hurry up. Get group 3 over here. Get our general over here on this side as well. Go ahead, charge into that unit. Keep charging. Fantastic, and this is one of the reasons why you want to fight hoplites, especially with that formation, so that of course you can easily take them out. Combat looks pretty even on the left flank. Quickly get our general out of dodge and move these guys up front. Come on, keep moving you sideways. Deny the enemy the opportunity of attacking us. Meanwhile, group 4, you can charge over here. From here, slingers or archers can go ahead and attack this unit. It's turned around, and now it should take a lot of damage by shots to the rear. There we go, losing decisively. Wonderfully done. Get our general to charge at that unit, or actually come into narrow formation. Get more of a perfect charge over there. Group 4, you're done quite well. You can come here, start throwing your javelins around. Meanwhile, you're fine. Go ahead, we have destroyed these units so we can form up narrow once again. try to exploit the gap in the enemy lines. Meanwhile, the cavalry over here can start throwing their javelins into the enemy units. Quick look at our general, he should be fine. Go ahead and charge over here. Wonderful charge by our general. Of course, he leads by example. Now auxiliary troops can go ahead. We want to hit those spike units really badly. Go ahead, charge these units. Cavalry is done quite well. You can go ahead and charge some of these enemy units in the back. Massive charge across the front line, just completely enveloping the enemy. Big charges over there. And of course, all of them should pretty much lose decisively because phalanx units are extremely weak on the rear charge. Let's quickly get our units back into formation. Hurry up, back into formation and get up narrow. Just like that. Meanwhile, these units can go ahead, charge into the rear of that unit. You can try to hit these units over here, and this is where the problem begins. We have some pike units over here. Let's get our skirmishers over there. The preparation of defeating those pike units. Meanwhile, our other units can also kind of form up over here. Try to encircle the enemy. Alright, and the fighting on the left flank seems to be very tough. We are going to just try to free up this unit over here on the right flank. And the play will be to roll into the flanks. Meanwhile, our skirmishers are in range, so they can go ahead, start firing against all of the pike units.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
And of course, spike units are extremely vulnerable to missile fire, so this unit should pretty much die quite quickly. And there we go. After the first couple of casualties, they will be taking a lot more casualties. As you can see, we are slowly whittling them down. However, this unit is desperately surrounded. We can go ahead and inspire with our general. Meanwhile, a quick look at this flank over here. Go ahead, move over there. Keep attacking. You can charge into these units. A couple of you can come here, charge into that. So here we are going to start flanking. Archers are going to pull back. And of course these units are going to stop firing real quick. So we're dealt with one pike unit. Let's quickly see if there are any other pike units. There's one over here. Let's throw into that pike unit. Unleash our volleys. Fantastic, our general has done a good job over there. We can pull them out. Try to charge this hoplite unit in the back. Meanwhile, our cavalry has completely wiped out their right flank. So let's move up over there. Get them out so we can easily organize our armies. And get these guys all over here. And our horsemen can also come into the fray. Quickly go ahead, general, inspire. And these guys should lose decisively now. And yet another pike unit completely taking a lot of damage. And our Cantabrians have already done quite well in this battle so far. However, that being said and done, we can actually ignore this unit and just run into the flanks of the pike unit. Quick look at group 4. We need to keep moving out. You can come hit this unit. You can hit this unit. And a couple of you need to kind of come here. Hit this unit. Get our general back over there. On the left flank, we're looking quite good. However, things over here not looking good. The pikemen have kind of pushed into our second line, sort of, kind of. We could be in a big problem over here if we do not rescue our flanks, or our center rather. Go ahead. Charge over here. These guys have done a good job. They can kind of leave. General, go ahead, charge into the rear of that pike unit.
One of our units is
And
used
our
on
general actually charges somewhat in the front of that unit, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and attack this cavalry, maybe. Skirmishers need to come around. Our general needs to get out of there. Taking a bit of casualties. Go ahead. Attack this unit. We actually have a cavalry unit with some javelins, so we can kind of use him for that.
One of our units has used all its
All these cavalries can also get out of there. And over here we have a bunch of pikemen that are pit in the mix of everything. Let's charge our legionaries up ahead. Charge our Cantabrians into the backs of those pike units. Very quickly. Okay, we're done here with that unit. Go ahead, charge into this unit. We're hitting its flank actually, which is really good. Okay, fantastic. Taking care of another pike unit almost. And there we go, that pike unit is done, which means it's time to attack this unit. Meanwhile, group
One of our units has used all its
4 can
ammunition.
come there, group 3 you can come around. The general can try to hit those archers, and he's actually taken a lot of damage. So let's actually move him out.
One
Keep
of our
moving him
units
out.
has used all its ammunition.
4 come around. Could have a massive problem over here in the center. However, we have a lot of units that haven't yet fought in the battle so far. We'll use our cavalry to charge down the enemy archers. And while this cavalry can move away from the enemy melee units. All of you can go ahead and hit this unit over here. A couple of our legionaries get into the fray. We have a Gallic swordsman that I need to pull out. Get another legionary in there.
This is a shameful display.
Cavalry has taken a bit of damage. Alright, let's go ahead and charge down this unit. Get our general as well to hit that unit now that they are pinned. You can go ahead and hit this unit. Okay, quick. So we have kind of encircled the enemy completely. And that being said and done, it's time to get our first cohort into the attack. Let's just go ahead and do that. Meanwhile, these units can sort of kind of come and hit over here. Pull you out over there. First cohort will take it from here. Go ahead. Open up one flank at least so that we have a clear idea of what to do. Well, this cavalry has done quite well. Group 4, I need you to move up. And you're gonna hit these pikemen in the rear. Let's go ahead, look at that charge. Yes, pikemen take absolutely destroyed when charged in the rear, so one of the best ways to deal with pikemen is to charge them, of course, in the rear. They're extremely strong head on, but in the rear they're gonna be in a deep trouble. Meanwhile, we are gonna attempt to charge this unit from all sides. Get our general also ready. I mean, I am playing it very risky with our general. However, I think, you know, I won't be in too much of a problem if I manage this perfectly. And this is group 3, go ahead, charge in all directions. The general can kind of charge in there too.
One of our units has used all
You know
its
what,
ammunition.
I am not going to, or maybe I will right now. Now they should lose kind of decisively. Get them close enough at least. And inspire over here the whole army. Perfect. And wow, I'm actually amazed at their ability to... And I just hit the J key over there to pull our cavalry completely behind. I was just amazed at their staying power, really. Meanwhile, we're going to attempt another charge into the pike phalanx. And our first cohort is finally in position. They're going to go ahead, charge this unit first. Let's take a look at our first cohort in action. And of course, they're going to be doing some insane amount of damage over here. Possibly even routing that unit. And once they do, then they will have a clear path of attack to hit the back of those units. All over here, we need to charge down over here. Use our general as well. This spear unit is a little bit annoying. Let's go ahead, charge our general. Risk it all to break him. There we go, pull our general back out. Spy over there. We're done breaking out that unit. Meanwhile, Group 4 over here has done a good job breaking that pike unit, which means we have another pike unit that's nearly done. Our first cohort can charge into the backs of these pike units. And with that, we have pretty much won the battle. So pretty tough battle, not that easy. And it's a close victory if I can say so myself. We are going to go ahead and end it. It is decisive, I'm surprised at that. However, we did take a lot of casualties. Alright, we have defeated the garrison of Pergamon. Still have some units left and our general just survives by a hair. We're gonna go ahead and enslave all of them, and in the next turn we should be able to conquer the settlement of Pergamon. Alright, welcome to the next turn. And we are gonna go ahead and attack Pergamon now. It should be quite easy battle. Let's go ahead and auto-resolve this one. It's a very easy auto-resolve, 99%. And down goes the garrison. Kicking the nuts is always funny. And we are going to go ahead and loot up the settlement, I believe. Let's go ahead and actually loot up the settlement. And we wiped out the Pergamese faction. Can go ahead and just convert this, or rather repair this building. Meanwhile, you can be a slave trader, close you. You can convert into a Cloaca Maxima, destroy you. Keep building up. Fantastic, and very soon Asia should be in a very good spot. However, speaking of that, we need to give it a edict. So let's go ahead and cancel the edict over here. We don't need it in Lusitania anymore. We can go ahead and give it to Asia, which will be, of course, the commercial stimulation edict. However, with that, we can attempt yet another assassination of the faction leader over here, and hopefully we get him this time. We got wounded instead, which is rather unfortunate. However, it is what it is. Let's just move up our other army to deal with this army at least. Legio 3 Augusta. That guy is going to retreat. Pull back Legio 3 Augusta and move him back into this settlement eventually. However, with that, we want to go ahead and build up yet another one of these buildings. We'll give the immigration chain. We have 19, 17. Okay, we really need to improve our Greek culture over here. Go ahead and give another immigration building to improve the culture over there so that the Peregrini population class doesn't dwindle. However, that being said and done, a quick look at all of our provinces. Everything seems to be fine. And pretty much I think I am done with everything in this turn. So I am going to go ahead and end the turn, and I will see you all in the future. And our next point of contact is obviously going to be Knossos. So we are going to try to take the settlement. We are done with our conquests in Asia Minor historically. And after we take Knossos, we are going to mobilize our entire army towards attacking the Numidians in what would next be known as the Jugantine Wars. Alright, welcome to the future. We are going to refuse a diplomatic action to get a character. Meanwhile, our research has completed, which is great. And so we could get this that would give a +6 cultural influence. However, I don't want to get that. I think what I will focus on is trying to improve my siege abilities. Get a weaponsmith and improve my weapons and armor smith. And economy wise we are suffering a little bit, and that is because we are in the process of recruiting up a lot of legionaries. And in the turn between turns, our faction leader actually died, and he had no heirs, but he had adopted a young prodigy, or a young general with a bright future, and he is now the faction leader of the Julii clan, and he is none other than Gaius Julius Caesar, and he has gone ahead and recruited up Legio 10 Equestris in an attempt to bolster the armies of the Republic. He has also recruited his 4 famous legionaries, Legio 1 Germanica, Legio 13 Gemina, and Legio 14 Gemina. They are in the process of recruiting, and we are going to go ahead and transfer the troops to Germanica. Perfect. And meanwhile, we need to take some cavalry units. Perfect. And with that, Legio 1 Germanica looks full, so that is great. And we are going to recruit up the remaining troops that is required over here. So that's 8 spearmen and 4 of our Gallic skirmishers. And with that, we have all 3 legions that will be completely recruited in about 11 turns. However, without further ado, let us quickly hop into our economy. As of now, you can see our economy is struggling. However, Italia is still pulling in 100,000 denarii per turn. Africa Proconsularis is pulling in 49. Meanwhile, Achaia is pulling in 32,000, and they are going to be pulling in a lot more because we can upgrade our slave traders. So let's go ahead and do that. Meanwhile, I'm building an auxiliary barracks over here so that I can get access to some African auxiliary troops, and I'm not sure how many Peregrini class do I actually have, and I have a decent amount. And the idea is to basically give both of my legions that are down over here in Africa some African kind of legionaries, get rid of some of this Iberian legionaries and give them African ones instead. However, a quick look of what's going on in Asia Minor. Province is being built up. We are continuing to build it up even further. Meanwhile, over here we are going to build a supply pit, because supplies are running a bit low in this region, because we have a lot of armies over here. We have Legio 12 Fulminata as well as Legio 3 Augusta, and of course we are in the process of recruiting Legio 22 Diotoriana. That was historically recruited from the Galatians, so considering that we have this region conquered, we are going ahead and building up that legion. However, Diotariana, there we go. I want to capitalize that. Meanwhile, Legio 5 Alaude is chilling over there. Our faction leader did die in the next couple of turns after that fateful battle against Pergamon. However, as mentioned, we are in the process of going to attack Knossos. So we are going to go ahead and declare that war, and hopefully we'll have a pretty good auto-resolve. However, I very much doubt that, as they do have a lot of units. Let's go ahead quickly attack with both of our armies, and what we are going to do over here is try to defeat one of the armies, pull it a little bit further back, and we can go ahead and auto-resolve this one. A pretty good auto-resolve, and I'm pretty much happy with that. And go ahead and enslave all the captives. This general has leveled up, so let's give him some skills. Go ahead, get the army upkeep, get the replenishment rate, army upkeep over here, and move you back towards Knossos. Meanwhile, the auto-resolve over here is still looking pretty bad, so we are going to wait a couple of turns. Hopefully, and we should be hoping that Knossos attacks us. However, you know what? I am not going to bother with that. I'm just going to simply bite the bullet and auto-resolve it. 72%, not looking great. However, we can go ahead and peacefully occupy the settlement. However, I don't really need any of those buildings. And yeah, we'll peacefully occupy it since it is Latin culture. And a quick look at our armies. We haven't lost anyone in the armies, which is what I wanted. We might have lost some ships, but I don't really care about that. I'm going to deploy a ship into the port and go ahead and recruit the lost fireport ship, which isn't too bad of a ship to lose, really. Meanwhile, very quickly we are going to convert up this province, build it into that industrialized province that it should be. Should have always been. And we're going to cancel the edict over here and put the edict of the commercial stimulation in Achaia. As you can see now, Achaia will be pulling in 47,000, competing with, of course, Africa. We haven't even turned on the taxation in Asia, and if you do, you can see it makes 22,000 denarii per turn. But we are going to leave it turned off for now, or we actually can leave it on because our public order isn't suffering too much. We definitely want to get our public order up and running, and to get our public order up and running, we have the wife of Caesar herself, and she is none other than... Oops. Oh, I killed her. What? Oh no. That was stupid. Lol, I was hoping to do her a favor, and I actually went ahead and killed her. Well, Octavia Sina is dead. We're gonna marry off again, unfortunately. And I am gonna mod that back in. I'm gonna mod her back in for sure. Just go ahead, do some favors. Improve that. And of course give her... Don't actually give her... Send her to improve the public order of Asia as well. Oh my god, she was almost completely leveled up. That was a complete mistake on my part. I actually assassinated his wife Octavia Sina. Oh, whatever. Anyway, however, with that, I think what we are going to do is we are pretty much going to complete our conquest of Narbonensis, and with that the episode should come to a conclusion. And in order to attack Narbonensis, we have none other than Julius Caesar himself, who can march into the territory. And I'm not sure what's going on over here. I thought these two factions were at war with each other, but they're not. They're actually allies. And so are these factions. So what I could do is, I believe the Helvetii are at war with them. No? Who are you at war with? You're at war with the Icini. You know what? I am going to move you all the way up north to see the Icini. And I could actually just declare war against them and then immediately peace out the Aquitani. However, I will also be at war with the Namneti. So I definitely am going to have to wait until I discover the Icini with my spy. And once I do that, then I will declare the war against them. But for now, we're going to move Julius Caesar back towards Narvo Matias. And I think I am pretty much sorted out for this turn. We are quickly going to level up some characters that can be leveled up. Give them, of course, the skills that will improve their army upkeep. And with that, I am ready to end the turn. And we are making 52,000 denarii, so that's pretty good. And I will see you all in the future when I am ready to attack the what's this faction called? The Aushi. Alright, welcome to the next turn. Completed a research. That's good. Wonder if we can build a new weaponsmith. We can, so let's actually research here. Go ahead and build that weaponsmith, which I believe is in Dyrrhachium. Meanwhile, everything is looking good over here. We are slowly building up our legions. And what we actually need is to go to Dyrrhachium, and we are going to demolish this building and instead build a siege workshop over there. And so we no longer need that supply over here in this region in Thessalonica, as we don't have a lot of armies in the region. Meanwhile, we can get our other armies into Thessalonica. Legio 5 Macedonica, go and settle yourself in the port. Meanwhile, the other army can go via land to Apollonia. And I should have gone via land because I could have done it in one turn. However, it's not the end of the world. We can just follow them up over here. You can just go normally into the settlement and you go into the port. However, a very quick look at our politics, and as you can see, we are modded in Octavia Sina back into the game. And things are looking quite good with her. Then let's go ahead and give her something that will improve our overall faction abilities. An extra zeal could never hurt. And what we are going to do, could divorce a character, and our influence is actually dropping to balanced in the Senate, which isn't too bad, but barely known is bad. However, we want to get back up into respected in the Senate, and it's quite easy to do that. All we need to do is actually just gain power like this using that action, and just like that we are back to balanced in the Senate, or respected rather in the Senate. However, that being said and done, let's go ahead and attack the Auxilia in this turn. Go ahead, move up Legio 3 Gallica up towards the settlement, and we can also move up Julius Caesar himself in charge of Legio 10 Equestris, and he has leveled up. Go ahead, give him those abilities as well as the army upkeep, and the morale is quite powerful, so I like to get that. And we have discovered the Icini, so we are going to go ahead, get that trade agreement, non-aggression, maybe, perhaps, wonderful. And we are going to ask to join the war against the Auxilia. And they accept, which is fantastic. And now we are at war with the Auxilia. Let's go ahead, attack the settlement with Julius Caesar. Meanwhile, Legio 3 Gallica can go ahead, attack that army over there. I'm going to give chase to that army. Since I don't know if he would become a king, and it's a very easy auto-resolve 100%, let's go ahead and slave him. Perfect. We're gonna move back to support Julius Caesar, and now go ahead and fight this battle. Quick save, and I will hop into the battle and see you all in the battle. Alright, welcome to the battle. I have gone ahead and hit the foliage. This is Legio 10 Equestris for the first time in action. And we have in the front line, we have our Gallic skirmishers. Very nice and beautiful looking unit facing that sun over there. Just look at some of those assets with that HD models, of course, looking fantastic. Meanwhile, behind them we have our Gallic spearmen on the flank of our front line. And in our front line we have our Asturian heavy cohorts, auxiliary troops. Behind them we have our Iberian slingers, and behind them we finally have our legion Legio 10 Equestris, as you can see over here. Really nice looking shields. It's quite difficult to see with all of this foliage. Meanwhile, all the way in the back we have, of course, our new faction leader, none other than himself, Gaius Julius Caesar. And he is looking pretty low tier right now because he is not completely leveled up, but he will level up, I guarantee you, in this campaign. And on the flanks we have our typical Gallic cavalry. Let's go ahead and start the battle. And the enemy should try to come up to me. And we are not going to wait. Instead, we are going to move forward real quick and have a look at their army. And I believe it's a very versatile and arrayed out army. They do have some, let's go ahead and get this, they have some militia spearmen, of course, they have some missile cavalry, they have some Celtic warriors over here, And I even believe that they have some Greek phalanx units. I can't really spot them. Very tough to tell. Oh, there we go. As you can see, some Greek hoplite units over there. Fantastic looking units. A bit of Gallic influence within that unit itself. However, as you can see, they are completely marching up towards me. And very quickly on the left flank, I want to move out my troops, move my cavalry behind, stay completely zoomed out so that we can get a feel of the entire battle. And we're going to do the same on our right flank. Quickly form up over there, get these guys into position.
Our hidden units have been discovered.
Fantastic, a massive array of armies just moving towards us completely. Let's move our skirmishers behind, and I don't mind if cavalry decides to charge my spearmen. And they are focusing down over there. It's a very interesting choice over there by the AI.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
And they're already losing decisively. Lost a couple of units, and another cavalry charge into spearmen. As you can see, a very organized formation over here with Caesar himself leading, of course, his Legio X Equestris, which was his favorite legion. This cavalry is trying to get out of there. Let's go ahead and engage with our auxiliary Gallic cavalry.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
And charge into that unit. Get some big damage off. Fantastic, and we should be easily able to rout that unit. Okay, it's already wavering and it's soon rout.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Meanwhile over here, this cavalry can kind of wait for the enemy. Okay, the enemy doesn't want to attack us, so that's great. And we have some light melee troops over here, which means we can charge into them. Let's actually go ahead and position ourselves for that charge. Quick look at our right flank, everything seems to be fine. Just going to keep looking at that mini-map. And 1-2 units can go ahead, charge over here. You two can come here. Keep charging into the enemy. Of course, they are trying to run away from us, which is even better when we charge. And we are going to charge with this unit as well.
Ready for battle!
Skirmishers can come slightly behind as well. Get away from those phalanx troops. And I will put my skirmishers over here on the left flank. Meanwhile, quick double tap to see what's going on the right flank. This cavalry has decided to charge me, so we are going to engage it. And hopefully we should be able to deal with it quite decisively. As you can see, they are already losing decisively. Losing a lot of units from that initial charge. Meanwhile, double tap to see the situation on our left flank. And we can charge in our spearmen as well. Go ahead, move this cavalry behind. And Group 5, you can throw your javelins on the backs of these units. Meanwhile, Group 2, go ahead, keep attacking their slinger units. And this unit over here is taking a bit of casualty, so we are going to charge up with our reserve infantry. This is one of the reasons why the Roman formation is just so incredibly powerful, is because you can easily charge up. Let's pull back our cavalry on the right flank. Double tap to see the left flank is all but crumbling. And very quickly we're going to charge all of our cavalry into that unit. Get our spearmen over here. This legion has gotten in and reinforced that unit. So that unit can kind of come back. Meanwhile, even this unit is taking a bit of damage. Quickly have a look. Okay, it's over here. And it's losing decisively. Let's go ahead and try to reinforce it with this legion over here. Go ahead and charge into the fray. Meanwhile, cavalry can come and turn about. Quick look at Group 4. Group 4 is looking great. You can form up over here, start to encircle the enemy on that flank. Meanwhile, the cavalry over here can go ahead, charge into the enemy units. Charge into that horseman. Perfect. Our legionaries are almost also in position. Double tap to see our right flank. This cavalry is getting a bit too ambitious. Go ahead. All of our slingers can try to target their general. Right, our front line is taking a bit of damage, so we need to reinforce our front line. Pull these units behind. Keep reinforcing. Go ahead, reinforce again. Get a cavalry on the left flank behind, cavalry on the right flank. You have done and wiped out that unit. So you can come here, start to break their right flank. Meanwhile, we have a spearman who can charge into the backs of these units, form them up like that nicely. And charge into this cavalry as well, dealing some significant damage as we do our charge. We managed to kill 20 units from that charge and still counting. They should lose pretty decisively. Meanwhile, quick look at our left flank. Pull behind. Pull tap back again. See the right flank. Alright, this unit is done. Our legionaries over here, they have gone into the fighting. It's great. This unit over here can go ahead, charge over there. Meanwhile, the other units can pull behind. Double tap 4. Cavalry is done, so we want to pull back out. Keep pulling back out.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Meanwhile, this melee unit is trying to attack us. Group 4 can go ahead, charge at that cavalry unit. Okay, losing decisively. Should take a bunch of damage from this charge. That is actually the general. Let's go ahead, speaking of generals, get Julius Caesar up ahead. Stop attacking with our Scorpion, because it's probably causing a lot of friendly fire. That's fantastic. We are seeing a gap form over here. Pull back again. Meanwhile, over here, this cavalry can come out, go in that direction and start. Okay, those units are retreating, so we can just charge over there like that. Meanwhile, this cavalry can come here. A couple of you can come in this direction. Go ahead, keep hitting that unit. We're nearly done with their left flank as well.
The men are wavering.
Julius Caesar, go ahead, inspire everyone. And try to break that unit before it completely wipes out my own unit. Go ahead, charge over there. Meanwhile, you keep charging, charging. Charge. Pull you back. Group 3 can pull back. Try to hit that unit from behind. This unit should pretty much rout. It's gonna take quite a bit of damage from those charges. Meanwhile, Group 4, you're gonna keep pulling behind. And we have cleared up our center, which is great news. And go ahead, charge at this unit in the back. Managed to make an opening, which is great. Pull back our cavalry. Pull back this cavalry as well. Go ahead, charge over there. It's a bunch of spear units. Let's have a look at that charge. Fantastic. With that unit is routing, so that's good news. Go ahead, form up over here. Group 3, come behind. Group 4, pull up. Stay pulled behind. Group 3, you can come here. You guys can pretty much start to flank and get a first cohort into the fighting.
Cohorts priority! Auxiliaries!
Go ahead, charge over here. 3, form up over there. Group 4, you can form up this way. These units can go ahead, charge into the back of the enemy units. You come on this direction. We're nearly done surrounding the enemy. Taken quite a bit of the casualties in this battle, however, we have managed to wipe out the enemy army and pretty much wipe out the faction as well. First cohort is slowly making its way towards the battle.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Group 4, we pull you behind. Group 3, you can come here, you can pull. Group 4, go ahead, charge. Get you over here, get you over here. And now all our horsemen will almost be in a position to charge. And with that, we have pretty much won the battle. And quite an easy, but we are going to have a look at this charge over here. Watch this unit get absolutely annihilated. Completely surrounded. Just a perfect charge over there. Let's quickly go ahead and end the battle, and I will see you all in the campaign. Alright, decisive victory. Actually, we lost very few troops. We killed at least 6 times our number. And we are going to go ahead and peacefully occupy the settlement. We want to maintain that Peregrini population class over here. And we have wiped out the faction as well. Let's go ahead and build up these buildings. Dismantle that one. Dismantle this. Meanwhile, in Narbo Martius, we can go ahead and build this one, which gives an increased boost to our foreign population class. And with that, we have conquered the entirety of course, Tolosa and Narbonensis, of course. And things are looking quite good for us at the moment. And pretty much with that, quick look at our republic. We're pretty much in a position where we can start considering the invasion of the Numidians, as that was the next target, and that will be pretty much taken care of in the next episode. And of course, you'll see a lot more of Gaius Julius Caesar in this campaign. And of course, there we go. Have a look at him. Really nice to be a modder that can get all of this into the game, and I do it hoping to please you guys, and hope you guys enjoy seeing this as much as I enjoy making it. With that, we are going to go ahead and end this episode. So I thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and if you liked the video, like the video, and don't forget to subscribe if you are interested for more. Peace and love.